Yo, what's up, everybody? How's it going today? Hey, what's up, man? How's it going? So let's take a look at the market today and see how Bitcoin has been trending. And we're going to talk about some key factors that are likely going to decide the outcome of Bitcoin. And it's very critical for the next few weeks that you understand the dynamic of crypto from a technical analysis perspective and what's very likely to happen. So welcome back, guys. It's June the 8th, a Saturday, and it's beautiful here in Istanbul, Turkey. But more importantly, it's not beautiful in the crypto market. Yesterday, disaster struck again, and it shook out many newer investors and especially day traders in the market. There have been liquidation posts I've seen across all of Twitter. So you need to be extremely important and mindful of what I'm about to tell you from the perspective of somebody who has been in the crypto market for over 9 years now, with tons of experience under my belt, managing over a 7-figure portfolio and have day traded in the millions of dollars of sizes. So when I give you this advice, it is from the goodness of my heart, because I want to see you not only thrive, but heavily be successful and capitalize on the profits this upcoming bull market. But you can only do that if you learn how to minimize your risk and learn how to manage it, especially as well. So my name is Philakone, and welcome back to another daily 10-minute episode of a Bitcoin crypto market update. And I'll tell you everything you need to know in about 10 minutes. So the first thing that I always do when I get on the computer is I check out how the market is trending. And this is my advanced volatility scanner. Without even looking at the market or looking at the charts, I go to my custom made indicator that I made just for myself. And what it tells me is this. It tells me that the market is in shambles today. So the way that this works is there's 4 columns. The first column scans for volatility, anything that moves 5% in 1 hour. The second column is 10% in 2 hours, 15% in 4 hours for the third, and then 20% over 48 hours for the fourth column. Notice how every single coin has 4 columns. If any of these criteria are met at the above here in yellow, then it will highlight green, which means that as soon as I take a look at my screen, so you can see that I've got a 43-inch monitor in front of me right here, and it has a list of every single coin that I have on Binance. If any coin was bullish and it met those volatility criteria, then it would highlight in green. But how many highlighted greens do you see? You see some that are green in color and more still red in color, but none that are highlighted in a green box. So because you see literally 0 coins that's highlighted in the green box, it automatically means that the market is in horrible condition. Okay, there's not a single coin that is even moving 5% in 1 hour. There's not a single coin that has been even volatile in 48 hours, which means that something happened in the market and it shook the market. And we already know that Bitcoin affected the market with a major drop yesterday. Not only that, what this volatility scanner does is it tells you generally the bias of the market. So what color do you see more than any other? You're seeing a lot more red. You're basically seeing the second column and the third column. If you take a look on the left over here, it's pretty much all red. Actually, the third column with second, third, and fourth column, it's almost all red, right? In all of them, second, third, and fourth, all red, which means that a major drop has occurred. But the reason why you see a little bit of the green colors over here in the first column is because they're slightly recovering after the big drop. Notice the first column, green, green, green. Basically, all of the first columns are green, right? So this means that there was a very large drop that occurred, and then some coins are recovering, but because there's not a single coin in the first column that is actually highlighted green, it means that even though it's recovered a little bit, none of them have actually recovered enough to even move 5% in 1 hour, let alone move 10% in 2 hours. This means that the market is horrible. And this advanced volatility scanner can save you a tremendous amount of time when you learn how to read the market. When you use this indicator, it eliminates all of the guesswork of how is the market trending right now. And this advanced volatility indicator of mine, it took me about 2 months to develop. It's highly customizable as well. And you can also access this indicator with the link below. it costs you $150 for a lifetime membership with a full tutorial on how to set this all up. And the reason I charge for it is because it cost me well over $30,000 to develop this. So I want to make sure that, well, first of all, I'm getting what I paid for it back, right? Not only that, it provides a tremendous amount of value to the public. And I know for a fact it's going to not only help you read the market conditions that it currently is at, but it's also going to help you find all of the coins that are volatile when the market actually does move. So it's a multifaceted type of indicator that has lots of different uses and customizability options. So now that we know, based off of my indicator, how the market is trending, which is really bad, let's take a look at Bitcoin by itself. What we know about Bitcoin is that there's been a channel, or a sideways range rather, that has been holding now for 90 days roughly. And it started around $71,800. That is currently where the major resistance is right now. We have not broken it ever, except for a few little bull trap regions. So now it's going for 88 days. Unfortunately, every time we get to these price points, we can expect some sort of pressure to sell and short positions to be entered, and large whales that will put walls there from preventing the bulls from going to the upside. But eventually, it's not going to hold. It's either going to hold forever or it's eventually going to break. This is a wall that's intended to be broken eventually. Now, it may not be anytime in June or even July, but the momentum is still indicating that we could likely break it. In fact, yesterday, the momentum was very strong where this was shifting to the upside and it could have broken up based off of MACD. But because of yesterday, what ended up happening was the MACD has now shifted more bearishly. Think of these shapes as a concave shape. Concave, like the cave of a door. Oh, sorry, my apologies, guys. You didn't see that part. Let me show you again. Okay, right here. This is all that you missed. You just missed this resistance right here, okay? This is the sideways range that I was referring to. And every time we get there, we found resistance. But it's very likely that this is going to break to the upside. That's all that you guys missed, all right? The MACD looked like it was going to go upwards, but now we have a concave shape, like a cave door entrance. So this might curve around and come back. So it's now been 89 days. Unfortunately, we weren't able to break it. Ideally, the bullish scenario was that the 4-day MACD crosses over, histogram goes upwards as well, and then we break the resistance. But what we saw was that one day, roughly one day before the 4-day candle closed, if you take a look here, right? 9 hours left. So yesterday there was like a day and a half left to close. What the bears generally do is they'll wait until the very last moment to make a move. So they let that bullish pressure look like it was going to break to the upside first. But as soon as it looked like that, they ended up crashing the market and we had a substantial drop. Now, even though it's not a substantial drop for Bitcoin in terms of percentage, only 5% dropped. That's it. It wasn't really that much. But you have to take a look at it from the perspective of market cap for all of crypto. All of crypto ended up dropping about 6%, which was huge. And of course, some alts took major drops to the downside. If you take a look at a coin like Polkadot, for example, which is one of my larger holdings, it dropped 18%. If you take a look at Near Protocol, that ended up dropping 20%. So Near Protocol ended up actually breaking a massive trend to the upside. So this trend is now broken. And then there's also other coins as well, like for example, Polkadot, which is now right at the support levels over here. And then you also have Matic, which is at a very powerful level of support right now that has held for over 2 years. So if anything, even if the market did drop, it ended up bringing a lot of these altcoins to more so the support ranges that I've been holding for a long time already. Some coins did drop to the downside and broke pressure, like Near, for example, but other coins like Matic, like Polkadot, it found the support, like Solana as well. Okay, so these guys are finding a lot of support in these ranges. And even if you're a little bit scared, you need to understand that this is very normal to have this type of volatility in the market. and you need to be able to withstand it. The best investors out there are the ones that understand this volatility. They will be able to withstand it. They will hold through the pain. They understand the long-term bias, which is bullish for Bitcoin, and they're going to hold through it and keep buying on these dips. So make sure you guys are staying very strong and optimistic and completely understand that this is the normal part of the game, and eventually something major is going to happen. Bitcoin unfortunately did not break it the way we wanted it to, but things don't always go our way. And the one major thing that's going on right now that you need to understand is this huge bearish pressure. Okay, so we see that this has made a huge trend line just like that. Do you see it? And this has been holding since the low down over there now for about 38 days. So if this breaks to the downside, we're going to get some pressure, and it's probably going to crash, maybe even down to $60,000 again. Stay in the channel one more time. If you take a look at the bearish pressure of the MACD, you see we have a lower high, on the histogram. MACD is crossing over. Also on the RSI, we see bearish divergence already. So because of these two factors, it's very likely that instead of rallying to the upside, we're going to unfortunately get a correction down over here first. This trend line is likely to be broken. If that doesn't happen, then we go up, which is even better. But if it does go down, then we're all going to have a chance to accumulate further and get coins at a very low price. So for now, hang tight, everybody. Crypto market's not going anywhere. And fortunately, we might have a chance to buy even lower. The longer this accumulation phase is, and the lower these prices are, the more money we're going to be able to inject into the crypto market and increase our holdings for long term. So I'm here for the long term. I don't care about these short-term volatilities. I had a drop of $450,000 yesterday in my portfolio, which didn't even bother me one bit at all. And because of that, I'm much stronger and able to withstand these types of pressures when the market drops, because I'm aware of the market dynamics and also the market cycle, which is very likely to lead to a Bitcoin bull market later 2024 and also 2025. So hang in there, everybody. And by the way, make sure you guys are checking out the link below. My alerts group, they're firing off some really good alerts, which is also used as a market indicator as well. So I have a signals channel that tells everybody with massive tutorials and rules of how to enter the market and how to trade using my signals. And I have two different signals groups. One is for the 4-hour signals group for swing traders, and the other one is the 15-minute time frame for day traders. It's a very good signal group if you follow my tutorials on how to enter, how to exit, how to manage your risk especially as well. It's also used to gauge the market, where if there's tons of signals firing off at once, then it's going to be a good sign that the market conditions are good. So for now, you can see that since 6 in the morning, only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 coins fired off. So it's been 12 hours, 6 signals fired off. So you know that the market is very bad right now. But there are other days, for example, you're going to see so many signals fire off at once. For example, on June the 6th, look how many signals fired off. So many. So when there's a lot of signals, the market's very good. So if you're a very busy person, or especially if you want more confirmation on your particular trade, this signals group here, it uses 9 different confluent reasons to fire off a signal for you. And as long as you're following my tutorials here, you will have a very good chance of being profitable long term. So check out both my AI signals tutorial group, which uses 9 confluent reasons to fire off a signal and can help you make highly profitable trades following my rules. And also check out the advanced volatility scanner that I showed you over here. That's going to help you catch the most volatile coins anytime anything moves, and especially allow you to also gauge the market conditions based off of the colors on the charts over here. So thank you for joining me, and I hope you have a wonderful Saturday. Bye now.